fuck do you want?
Ho, 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 you cunts. And Merry Christmas. Was I good or bad this year? Well, underneath my tree, I had one Lyle Carr wrapped up underneath it. So you tell me.
I think that's about as good a present as you could get, personally, but sure.
I'm going to try and burn you. You are coal in my eyes.
Great. Well, I mean, it's an important fuel that we all need this time of year. I imagine you especially. Great.
Are you having a very Merry Christmas, Lyle?
I am, yes. If people could see, they would see all sorts of shit decorations.
Yes, it's an audio-only format, so please explain your leopard print bauble.
Yeah, we've got a leopard print bauble back there. We've got a bauble with rainbow lips, so that's good. I'm wearing a rainbow hat. Nothing if not rainbow in every way possible. There's a dancing Christmas tree that doesn't have batteries. You can hear its bell, though, if you want.
It runs on Christmas spirit.
And there is none.
So when people say it's as gay as Christmas, you've just taken that and ran with it.
I have, yeah. I think I have a badge that says that somewhere in this room.
I love it.
That's pretty much how we do things here, and because of that, it is always festive, as you'll probably know by... I actually don't know if I shared this year on any of our places that we communicate that...
The street.
On the street, when we were talking there.
Under the bridge.
Yep, I don't think I talked about when the tree went up, but I think it was the very start of October. So yeah, it's been festive for a while.
And it doesn't lose any of the charm? You're happy to see it all the time?
We actually have a second tree that we're putting up this week, so that then that's how you get the extra charm.
Don't date the fucking episode, it's Christmas morning.
That's why we're doing it on Christmas morning. It's part of the fun, right? Yeah.
I always put up another tree on Christmas Day.
Yeah, I don't want to open presents, I just want to decorate more trees.
For anybody that hasn't tuned in on Christmas before, sorry Lyle, you have become somewhat our Christmas tradition. You're welcome anytime, but it seems to be mostly Christmas.
It's mostly Christmas, but yeah, I'm fine with that. That's where I fit in the best. Definitely isn't the time of year I'm recording.
Upset, I'd be upset.
Definitely not the time of year where I record 1 billion podcasts and it actually makes it harder to fit in, but hey, yeah, this is the tradition.
Normally, as Lyle is part of the God is a Geek, are we still saying part of, captain of?
Captain of, yeah, I'll take that.
Leader,
mascot, favourite, all the best words.
Yeah, a step above Chris Hyde is what we're saying.
Especially more than one step above, if you don't mind.
Several steps.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. So normally you do 5 days worth of Game of the Year show, which some of them hit, 4 fucking hours?
Yeah, there was one that was, I think it was quite a bit over 4 hours. Yeah, it's not really made for people who don't have free time, unfortunately. But you've listened to them all, so I guess...
Yeah, that says a lot. I have been driving around the country disagreeing with you all.
Perfect. I love the idea of upsetting.
But not only that, you turned round and treated your patrons, patriones, patrines to a 6th fucking day, because that's just what we needed. More.
Yep, officially over 18 hours of Game of the Year content this year for anyone.
That's disgusting. Are you just going for the 24 hours some year? Or
I don't think we can ever beat this year, can we? Because everyone's all like, oh, this year of video games. And it's like, it's kind of a bit trite at this point, but there's kind of a reason.
That's not us.
I mean, there's just too much.
So much, and it was all shite. Overrated shite.
Well, you're entitled to that opinion, but that's why you don't get to join us for 18 hours, because it would be frustrating.
Oh yeah, that is the one and only reason I don't get invited on to God is a Geek.
That's it.
Yes.
The one.
I like to say the word cunt a lot.
I think that's the main reason you don't get invited to a lot of places or social functions and things like that, really.
Live and learn.
Yeah.
If somebody bought me this Christmas, because obviously I haven't opened my presents first, I'll record and edit a podcast on Christmas Day.
Mm-hmm.
Like a keychain that you can just press the button that beeps. I could censor myself.
Oh, that would be good, yeah.
And then I'd get invited everywhere. They go, it's punk, but he's censored now.
This is exactly what we needed. Censored punk is what everybody wants.
Yeah, it's almost like a crossword. You need to fill in the blanks. You need to think, what is he saying? What did he mean at that point of time?
It sounds like a great game to me.
4 out of 5 times it's going to be cunt, but that helps the element of surprise.
It does. You've got to have it be mostly cunt for the ones that aren't cunt to catch people off guard. I think it's a great system. And
yeah, could be onto something here.
I look forward to you being a censored punk and sort of basically being like the brew dog of podcasting.
I think it's more like I'll talk in Morse code if I ever go down that line, but a punk can dream. Speaking of, This has been an awful load of bollocks, Lyle. And we don't do an awful load of bollocks on Christmas, do we?
No, we don't. We decorate trees, as previously mentioned, and edit podcasts and stuff.
With leopard print baubles.
Yep, all these things.
I am going on Amazon after this. Fuck. So, Lyle Carr, what the fuck do you want?
Well, it's Christmas, so I want something Christmassy. And for once, I'm not bringing something stupid, like I normally do on the podcast. I'm bringing something that everyone can agree with. A brilliant, lovely, festive movie that everyone will love to watch more of, but has been gone for some time. I want more Jingle All The Way.
Oh, jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a 57 Chevrolet. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun.
The greatest Christmas film probably ever.
Okay, well, 2 points in this. Are you trying to say Christmas Wonderland and Dragon Warrior Monsters were stupid subjects?
Well, for most of them, actually, they just sort of came true and were fine. So,
Oh, yeah.
I guess I've got a good streak going, really.
Nice track record, yeah.
Yeah.
I know we did Parappa the Rapper, but that wasn't Christmas. And 2, Jingle All The Way. I rewatched this for this episode.
It's great, right? You were happy watching it. I assume it was the best movie you've seen all year.
Yeah, it's me. It was a load of wank. But we'll roll with you. It's your subject.
Okay.
Tell me why it's so brilliant. What is it?
So, Jingle All The Way is a fantastic Christmas film starring Arnold Schwarzenegger as the main character.
Read off IMDb, please.
Yeah, thank you.
Faster.
I don't have it here. It's not there. This is all off the dome. Don't spoil the illusion.
Freestyling Car.
That's all I do. I refuse to prepare. Yeah, and the whole story is that he is aiming to find a Turbo Man action figure for his son for Christmas because he's a bit of a deadbeat dad and he hasn't got one. And thus begins all sorts of fun, festive capers with great other alternative characters as well, like Sinbad, who's a postman.
Well, apparently this was supposed to be Joe Pesci when they originally wrote it.
I mean, that would have been good too, wouldn't it? Maybe even better.
I think they even give him the hat from Home Alone to kind of bridge the gap.
It's a nice idea. I see what they were going for there. I knew you'd have some facts here. I knew you'd have done actual research.
Oh yes, I did my homework. You fucking wouldn't.
No, yeah, that's fair. We've recorded enough at this point that you should be aware of that.
Fill in the awkward blanks after a bad joke.
Yes.
So the whoer that directed this was the brilliant mind that brought us the Flintstones movie, Beethoven, and The Spy Next Door. Brian Levant. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it or not, but
no, but that's a list of films that already just like it brings out all the fans, right? I can't think of
these
anyone.
Are all future episodes.
I don't want to think about that. That would be awful. The podcast would have gone even more downhill if that's what the future holds for it.
I'm afraid to say Beethoven is dead. He will not be coming back.
Oh no, that's sad, but also true. He was a big dog.
Massive bastard dog. But I googled the director thinking, oh, what's he done? What can I make fun of? His entire life work I'm going to belittle in my shitty podcast, and that'll make me feel better about myself. And he's a professional drunk punk, because he just seems to have used all the money he made off these dodgy movies and bought all the cool plastic shit you'd want for your house.
Oh, he's your idol. It's finally happened.
I was going to mock this man, but he's become a bit of a hero.
Wow. Well, I mean, I only stands to reason that such a genius would also have made such a genius Christmas movie.
Of course. I wonder if he bought the little Pikmin plastic toys too.
I bet he did. I bet both of you have little Pikmin plastic toys.
You could bond over it.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Lyle, this movie. Who is in it?
Who's the kid one? He's Anakin Skywalker, but he's not.
He was supposed to bring order to the Force.
But before the bringing orders to the Force, he just wanted a Turbo Man doll. And I think a lot of what made him, spoilers for Star Wars, turn out to be a bit of a wrong-un, is that he had a dad who didn't really, fulfill his role as a parent and give him the things he needed.
This crops up in a lot of American movies because, yes, the workaholic father over the holidays, it must be a common thing, given their lack of holidays in the land of the free. I can see why. But, he gets very upset because his dad, Arnie, doesn't make it in time for his... He's getting a new grade in karate, I think. A new coloured belt. And a lovely belt it is. But, you little prick, what pays for your karate lessons? Look at the fucking house they have. And 2 cars.
I mean,
he has to work to keep everything going. Look at that tree they had on all the decorations on it.
Yeah,
you've bought
no leopard
baubles.
Baubles, though.
The man worked hard. Maybe he couldn't get all the baubles, but he tried.
Yeah. And I mean, you do see him working, and he does seem to be a bit of a shark at the old sales, calling everyone his number one customer.
Remember.
See, that's just one of many great things about this movie. There's so many iconic lines and bits. Yeah, perfect.
It was only on the rewatch I realised he was a mattress salesman. I didn't know what he did.
Yeah, you have to pay real attention because they don't really want that to be a fun part of the festive story, I guess. Mattresses.
Yeah. I didn't know what it was because the first time I watched it, he talks about fabrics being wrong and we'll replace that for you because you're my number one customer. And what did I think that was as a child? I just, that's business talk. Whoosh.
Fabric. I can't possibly comprehend this with my tiny child brain.
What is made of fabric?
Not a clue. No, that's fair. I if you hadn't mentioned that he was a mattress salesman then, I might not have remembered. So, really.
And then there's the mother character, which I just think is like that one from Friends.
Yeah, I can see
Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah, she's just... And she doesn't really have that much of a character, really. She's just
It's not Jennifer Aniston that plays the character, but I just think that's her role.
Yeah, no, definitely.
That identical woman in every movie.
Yeah, the standard American woman role.
Yeah.
Of especially this era of films. Yeah, but she is having she's having a bit of a time getting hit on by the neighbour Ted.
Ted, you dog.
I like how unlikable he is, but also that his key traits are like good dad.
The greasiest, sleaziest, wholesome character I've come across in a long while.
That's a great combination. There needs to be more of these shades of grey villains in family films.
Because he's a bit of a puke at the start of the movie, but, you get people like that. It's too sweet to be savoury is something that gets said a lot over here about people like that.
Yeah, I can see that.
And as the movie goes along, he does get a bit more sinister.
He does. He gets a little bit too desperate to break up a marriage. But admittedly, it is a marriage that it feels like should be less stable based on how little they seem to get on or do anything that the other says. So
yeah, they really begrudgingly share screen time in this.
Yeah, whenever they're on the screen together, you don't get any sense of like, these are loving people. It's just people who happen to live together and have made a child.
They're just looking over at the kid and then looking at the two of them and it's like, nah.
Well, yeah. Also that.
But the neighbour Ted, played by the fantastic Phil Hartman, which I think most of us would have known from The Simpsons.
Yeah.
So that made me sad. I didn't need that over the holiday season, Lyle. Thanks for that.
Well, there's a lot you didn't need over the holiday season, but we'll get to that later, won't we? I think one of the things that's so like iconic about Jingle All The Way is that like it's got a really good theme of looking for a toy. It's almost like a Black Friday themed film more than a Christmas film, but it has all the festive elements too. And you've got the big toy.
Did you ever have a toy you really wanted and couldn't get?
I just wanted video games, and they were usually all right to get. So
I had that problem. Any video games, like I remember putting Super Mario RPG down on my Christmas list one year. Yeah, because it had been reviewed in one of the magazines, but they'd reviewed an import copy.
Yeah, okay.
And then when they told me Santa couldn't get it because, it's only out over in America and Japan. I said, but Santa goes all over the fucking world.
Why did he not just get one of them in America while he was doing the fucking presents there, the prick?
Yeah, the lazy fat cunt.
Do you think that because you put that on the list, there was, on like a few nights before Christmas, your dad was running around a town trying to find it?
No, I can safely say he didn't. Papa Punk, he's no Arnie.
Oh, well, that's a shame. Who is, really? I
was going to say, there was a Frankenstein toy that was all the rage, and you could open up its chest cavity and take out bits. I think it was called like Frank or something. but it was really hot for some reason. It was a ball of shit, but everybody wanted one.
There we go. I can't say I remember Frank the toy.
That was the Northern Irish Turbo Man.
Yeah, no, that kind of checks out, really, doesn't it?
So you had none of this crushing disappointment as you grew up?
No, I had quite happy Christmases, I'm afraid to say. So in some ways, it wasn't as relatable a film.
Fucking rub it in, you bastard.
I'm sorry. You shouldn't have asked for Mario RPG, though. Fucking hell.
I wanted it. It was reviewed in a magazine. How was I to know?
Yeah. It's really the magazine's fault. The cunts. Good job that print media's dead, right?
Too true. Fucking reviewers. Cunts.
Yeah, I hate all those people.
Vintage 1992 Play School Big Frank 16-inch Frankenstein. Without tools. Toy tested.
There it is. Wow. You can open it up and it does have a few cogs and a heart in.
I think he shouted and everything when you put them in wrong. I'll put it in the artwork for the episode and everybody will know what I'm on about.
Then that's important that they know that they know about Frank, the vintage 92 toy.
Because, bit of a tangent. Shall we continue?
Yes, let's. Also, one thing that has been a great source of helpful information in my life is because of this film. The reason I always remember all the reindeer, because the reindeer are chanted as the answer to a radio show to try and get a Turbo Man doll. Because
when you repeat this, do you do it in an Austrian accent?
I don't, but I do repeat it in order.
Do not do that on the podcast.
I will not. But I do repeat it in the exact order. I only know that it is Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Donna, Blitzen, and that is the order. That's the order that you have to say it, because Arnie says it in that order. But if you ever need me at a Christmas pub quiz, I'll know the answer to that one specific question. And it's all because of Jingle All The Way.
Would you stop trying to get on people's fucking pub teams? It's not going to happen.
Damn it. I just want once to get to go to a pub and have friends.
So, yes, Sinbad's character and Arnie, it's a strange one because they're almost friends at parts, but they both want the Turbo Man doll and they are only too happy to fuck each other over to get it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like if me and you were both looking for a Turbo Man, I feel like it'd be that relationship.
Oh, I'd break your fucking legs.
I know you would. and I don't think I'd have much of a chance afterwards, to be honest. I think I'd just be hospitalized and that'd be it. But we'd have a friendly moment before you broke my legs, maybe
the drinking bit we could probably do, yeah.
Oh yeah, we could, yeah, fair. No,
some Christmas mulled wine made out of Buckfast.
I think, yeah, okay, I'm down. We've got this. We've got that part of the movie sorted.
I'll try it.
Sure, we can do that. Who wouldn't? There are some moments of the film that are maybe a little bit less acceptable now, like the postman using a letter bomb to blow up the police to escape. Pretty out there stuff, but all in good fun. All it does is make someone a little bit charred. Doesn't do any real damage.
Yes, as you can imagine, the bomb humour went down very well over here.
Yeah. Yeah.
We love that shit.
Yeah, I assume you watched the censored Irish copy.
Yes, where we dub it with our own accents because, imagine listening to it otherwise.
Oof.
Yeah, I think I did rent this out several times from the local Extravision, as it was at the time.
Wow. That sure sounds like something that I don't know what it is.
It's a chain of rental shops, but for Ireland.
It's amazing. So it's like Blockbuster, is what you're saying.
Similar, but they funded. It was kind of like the Film 4 thing. They funded Irish movies, so you got Intermission, which was meant to be Ireland's answer to Pulp Fiction and stuff.
That sounds amazing. That sounds like a future episode right there.
I must send you a link to it. It's dreadful, but it's got most of the biggest names in Irish acting in it at some stage.
Amazing. Well, you learn something new every day, and you couldn't do that without Jingle All The Way. So really, this is why we need a remake. This is the time for remakes and all that shit. People love the nostalgia. We don't make new things anymore.
No, sequels sell.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck new ideas.
That's what I've been saying all along. Wonka's out right now at the cinema, and I've not seen it, but it looks good. And I will see it at some point.
Reviewing well, and, it's Christmas, so we've fucking seen it already, Lyle. We're in the future as we speak.
I don't think I'll have seen it by Christmas either. I've not got any plans.
You better.
To see
What
it.
the fuck else are you doing?
I was going to decorate more trees.
The house is decorated. I can see that.
There's more of them. There's so many.
There's another tree.
No more trees. I think we probably have to talk about what happened after Jingle All The Way, in that there is a Jingle All The Way too.
Yeah.
And what part of my what the fuck I want is it to be nothing like Jingle All The Way 2 if they do some sort of new Jingle All The Way, because Jingle All The Way 2 is pretty much an abomination in all possible ways.
So I never knew about this before you brought the subject up for the episode, and then looked into it and spotted there was a sequel, and it's like, oh fuck, I never knew that. And it's like direct DVD or whatever the equivalent is now. And when I was watching it on Disney Plus, Jingle All The Way, during the credits, it's like, oh well, we have Jingle All The Way too. Would you like to watch that? I was like, no. What's the harm? I guess I could. It'll give me some talking points for the episode. Pressed OK.
And what a mistake you made.
A WWE production. I was like, oh bollocks.
There is nothing that has started with a WWE production where after that point anything good has happened.
Oh, I am in for some top tier acting here. And who's Arnie? Arnie's not in it. It's Larry the fucking Cable Guy. Oh, sweet mother of fuck. No. No, thank you.
I to be honest, finding anyone to replace Arnie would be like a hell of a task. But I also don't.
But they failed at every fucking stage with this.
Yeah, they couldn't have done a worse job, and because it goes from Arnie to Larry the Cable Guy, it's literally like it's 10-0 in one foul swoop. And my god, is it a foul swoop? But I did watch all the film for the first time this year as well, so yeah, there we go.
I watched the whole thing too. I thought maybe it got good towards the end. Listener, it did not.
No, it's not a very festive film, and it's because it's Larry the Cable Guy, it's very much skewed in the like trailer park type archetype of movies and settings, and it's basically just not ever good. And even the toy's worse. They couldn't even do a good toy. It's just sort of a bear that talks.
Talking fucking bear. Oh, it repeats your name back to you. There's a fuck off.
I don't want it to.
What a turbo, man.
Yeah, no, it's a sad state of affairs. But because it's a WWE Studios production, it does have very low tier wrestler Santino Marella in. So that's good as his.
Would you believe I missed that reference?
Oh well, there you go. Who'd have thought it?
What the fuck did he do in it?
He was the like friend character. Larry's friend who.
That couldn't have been fucking anybody. That was such a nothing role.
Yeah, it was. I mean, he was sort of at the same acting level as everyone else in the film, so he didn't really stand out, I guess. Which
The Undertaker was the daughter. I never noticed that.
Now, see, that is something that we'd all have watched quite happily, though. Let's face it.
And nobody mentions it.
No.
My little princess. Just fucking death stare.
Gong rings every time that she appears on screen. Yeah, that'd be great. No, I'd be down for that. But the wrestling connection's kind of already there, because the first movie does have the Big Show in as a big Santa. So, like, I can kind of
Sexy
see...
big bear Santa.
Yeah, that's the sexiest of big Santas. But we shouldn't really talk too much about Jingle All The Way 2, because it is nothing to do with what the fuck I want. I want nothing like that to exist ever again, really.
Well, would you make a third in the entry and make it a trilogy?
God, no. I think that's a bad idea too. I think it needs to be like
just continue the trend of getting a more annoying actor. You could get like Ben Shapiro as Arnie.
It would have... Like, it is hard to go... I still don't think that's low enough to compensate for the, like... If it's the same level of step down, I don't know if there exists the same level of step down from Larry the Cable Guy
who the fuck would you get?
No, that's tough. I do think Ben Shapiro's not a bad choice. I mean, it is a bad choice, obviously. But, yeah, God, you'd really...
Jim Davidson.
Yeah, okay. No, that's a pretty good one. Okay.
I'm just trying to think the bottom of the barrel. Yeah, pantomimes don't even fucking want him anymore.
I mean, that's how low you would have to go, though. But yeah,
Bernard Manning's dead, so he could be the ghost that gives him advice.
Perfect.
Okay.
And
Once you actually get your child, the Turbo Man, they're still going to hate you because you're a piece of shit.
I mean, that really should be a moral of the story in the original movie. To be fair, it doesn't feel like that should be the one thing that fixes everything that's wrong with that poor family.
Yeah. Capitalism. Buying shit works.
Yeah, it's actually a very good advert for capitalism, though. It makes me want more toys, and I don't really want toys anymore.
Would you like a big Frank?
No.
That's
Definitely.
brilliant.
There's nothing about Big Frank appeals to me. I'd have a Turbo Man or even a booster.
Nobody wants a fucking booster.
That is part of the joke. This is a bugbear that I need to mention, actually. One of the few negatives about Jingle All The Way is that they kind of portray people who work in customer service to just be cunts you're supposed to hate.
Especially over Christmas. So
Yeah.
you don't feel bad for them getting beaten up at all.
It just feels like the worst possible message to send. Oh, you're going to be going to shops this year, are you, for Christmas things? Well, make sure you're horrible to everyone.
Oh, I apologise. Are you here to spend money to pay my wages? You big 7-foot tall wanker. Ha ha ha.
Yeah. They got the most unlikable people to laugh at Arnie in that film.
God, and even in the sequel too, the shop staff are fucking arseholes.
Yeah, they are. True.
So we are running incredibly short on time now. Sum it up. If you were going to make a sequel, what would it consist of?
It would be like a full-on reboot. It would have fun references to Turbo Man as being some retro toy. But it'd kind of be like, and this isn't going to go down well with everyone, but I kind of like Home Sweet Home Alone, the Home Alone reboot. So, I'd want it to have, a good amount of references to the original. I kind of like the idea of it being, old
Jake
man.
Lloyd would be old enough now to play somebody's dad. You could have Arnie in as his dad. Grandad Arnie.
Yeah, Grandad Arnie is 100% the way that would need to go. Trying to either impress his, grandson, or you can go full circle, or he can just play a side character to whoever you get to as his son grown up, I guess. Yeah, I think the idea of having Old Man Arnie in a Jingle All The Way reboot is pretty much as good as it gets, though. So that's what I want, I guess. I guess that's it.
That's it. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas indeed.
So if people wanted to hear more of your voice, where would they do so?
They'd type God is a Geek in basically anywhere, and they'd either find things I've written, or they'd find 16 hours of Game of the Year content that they could add 2 hours to if they wanted to pay money to be patrons to that. To us. To me specifically.
You're really selling it. Yes, those decorations, I know who paid for them, you bastard.
All that patron money. The patron gold.
Turned into rainbow trees.
Yep.
Well, we're at that point where I should go through the notes and mention the things I forgot to say during the show. Lyle, did you know the film's title is borrowed from the lyrics of the popular Christmas song Jingle Bells?
I kind of guessed that one, yes.
Yeah, some fucker sat down and typed that into the trivia section of IMDb.
It's really embarrassing.
You ever feel embarrassed about what you do for a fucking hobby, just remember that prick. Ugh, people. And yes, by the time you hear this, voting will be closed for the cunt of the year, Lyle.
Oh, I'm excited to see who
Do you
wins.
think you got any nominations?
I've put a nomination in, but I hope it remains anonymous.
Did it start with a G and end in a town?
Oh no, but that would have been a great one. Oh, I can do multiple nominations, right? Wait 1 second.
Yes, in the time loop we are currently in, you may be able to do so.
I might have to use my time loop technology to sort that out.
For everybody else, voting's closed. Merry Christmas. Lyle, get fucked.
Just hear those sleigh bells ringing and ding ding a ling a ling too. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you. Outside the snow is falling and friends are calling you. Come on, it's lovely weather for a sleigh ride together with you.
Who told you you can eat my cookies? Oh, these cookies! I gotta get the recipe from Les. Put that cookie down now!